everyone, welcome back to Multimagic channel. In today's video, we are diving into Docker. It is an incredibly powerful tool that has become very essential in this modern web development and all. Okay, whether you are using Node.js or you are using React.js or any other technology, understanding Docker can significantly enhance your development and deployment process and all. So in this video, what are we going to do is we'll see what Docker is, and we also understand why it is beneficial, and also we will create a simple Docker file for Node.js project and React.js project. We'll create an image and we'll run that. Okay, and also we'll also touch on Docker desktop too. So without any delay, let's get started. Okay, so to create a Docker file for React.js project and Node.js project, I am using this source code whatever I have. If you want to go through this source code, or if you want to understand what is there inside that source code, if you want to know the internals basically, the video of this source code has been uploaded already in this video series. I'll also keep the link in the description, so please feel free to watch that and come back here. Okay, yes, so let us see what is Docker. Let us understand what is Docker. So basically, Docker is an open source platform which uses this containerization technology so that it will make it easier to create, deploy and run applications and all. So basically, by using containers, Docker allows a developer to package up an application with all the parts it needs, such as libraries and other dependencies and all, and it ships everything as one package. Okay, this ensures that the application will run on any other Linux machine regardless of any customized settings of that machine might have. Okay, so why people are using Docker? Basically, people introduce Docker to solve a problem, to solve some problems, right? So every technology comes to solve problems, right? So why to use Docker means, the first things first, consistency across environments. Docker eliminates the "it works on my machine" problem. That means, suppose if developer written a code which is already in the version control system, if a tester clones it and if he try to test, if he gets any problem or any bug, but the same bug and the same problem which is not occurring in the developer system, what will the developer say? It works on my machine. So Docker is solving that problem by providing a consistent environment for development, staging and production. Okay, this consistency extends from your local development machine to the server which is hosting the application also. So if developer written an application, let us assume that developer written an application A, the same application will containerize it with Docker and will ship that package to the server also. So that way, using Docker or containerization technology, let us keep that containerization technology, all the dependencies, all the libraries, whatever is necessary for the project is already there in that container. So in server, what we'll do is we'll just execute the commands whatever there in the container. It will work under a specific environment instead of depending on any system settings and all. Okay, so that's how it is solving the problem. It works on my machine. Okay, and also it gives isolation, it gives scale, it is good for scalability and modularity also. Okay, now why we added Docker to our Node and React projects? Okay, basically, using Docker in Node.js and React.js projects, it provides several benefits. That is, it simplified configuration and also development and production parity, and also ease of development and deployment and all. Okay, now let us understand what is Docker Desktop. So Docker Desktop is an application for Mac OS, Windows machine for the building and sharing of containerized applications and microservices and all. So basically, Docker Desktop includes some products of Docker, that is Docker Engine, Docker CLI client, Docker Compose. So instead of writing everything through terminal or everything accessing everything to website, so Docker Desktop is providing it is basically a tool which will be in your local system and through which you can work on. It is kind of similar to GitHub Desktop. Okay. So let us see what we have in this React Node Express Mongo project, the Dockerfiles what we have created. So let us understand them. Okay, this is my client folder and this is my server folder. Let us go to this server folder first. Dockerfile. Okay. So basically we have this command from node 20. So this command sets the base image for the Docker container. Here we are using node 20. That is, we are specifying that we need the 20th version of node, which is which is officially Node.js image with Node.js version 20 installed. Okay, and also we are setting the working directory inside the Docker container. Any subsequent commands which will be run from this directory will be run from this directory. Okay, and also what we are doing is we are copying everything. We are copying each and every files to the app directory from the current directory. Okay, and what we are doing is we kept some environment option, that is node options. Basically this command increases the default memory limit for Node.js process to 4096 MB. It is useful for applications which require more memory and all. And after that, this command, that is npm install. Once we got everything in our Docker, that is our project files and all, what we are doing is we are running a command, that is npm install, and after that we are using this command. Basically this command adds a new group and a new user named Maiga, okay, with a group ID 3000 and user ID set to 3000. Okay, it's a security best practices to not to run application as a root user inside the containers and all. Okay, after that we are changing the ownership of all files which are inside the app directory to Maiga. Okay, this is to ensure that the container runs with the appropriate permissions and also it should be secure, right? So that is why we are giving some permissions and all. And after that we are switching to user Maiga. After using this command, the application processes are run as this user for security reasons. Okay, now the entry point is npm start. That is how we'll run this node project, right? So let us see the Dockerfile whatever written in the client. So there is no difference for this node Dockerfile, backend Dockerfiles and the client Dockerfile. So if you want to understand what is there in this client Dockerfile, please rewind the video and try to watch this explanation. Okay, so now let us build the Docker image, and after that let us create an image for that and let us run that. Okay, let me show you the Docker desktop view before starting anything. So yeah, this is how the Docker desktop looks like after installation. So now what we are doing is we are creating an images, and after that let us see what are our containers and all. Okay, let us build a Docker image for the client application and run it, and also the same, let us also do the same for the backend, that is let us build the server image and let us run that application. Okay, so to run this client application, what we need is we need this command to build this Docker image. What we need is we need docker build -t, and our application is client, and what we are telling is we are telling that you need to build a Docker image for all the source files whatever there in the current directory. Okay, so let us build the image, let us wait. Okay, see, you can see in the Docker desktop that we have got the image with name client. Okay, let us also run it. Okay, so basically for any default React application, if you run it, it will run on the port number 3000. So I'm not going to change it. I'm going to keep as it is. Okay. So after this, if you run this application, let us wait whether our client application will run or not. Okay, the client is running on this port number with this IP address 172.17.0.2, right? So let us also do the same things for the backend. So npm, sorry, it's docker, right? Docker build -t server dot, the same command. I'm just changing the name from client to server, that's all. Okay, the commands are executing. Okay, now let us also run the server image. Okay, so I'm actually mapping the host port number to containers port number, which is 5050. So now the server will be running on 5050 port number. Okay, let us open this UI, whatever it is running on localhost 3000. Okay, we got this, right? Let me delete. So there is a very simple UI application which will add an item to the database and it will fetch. Okay, so if I write some kind of hello world, if I click on this add, this hello world will be added to database. This hello world will be added to the database. Let me show you. Yep, this is a hello world what we have added right now. Okay, and also if you want, I can also edit it. I'll keep it as hello and I'll update it. Okay, there it is. If I refresh it, you'll be able to see just hello. Okay, see, we got hello. In which IP address this Docker is running? This Docker is running at 172.17.0.2, right? So let us check it with the host operating system's IP address. So this is the IP address what we have, but it is running on separate IP address. So we can make sure that I'm just showing you that to confirm whether we are running in separate container which has a different IP or not. So yeah, I hope you understood what Docker is and why to use Docker and how to set up Docker for Node and React.js projects and all. Yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye. See you.